Let us start new concept, decision making. And in this, from this chapter, theory will be asked. One theory question and one problem will be asked. Okay, so what could be asked in theory, that we'll see first. Then we'll see what problems could be asked. Okay, mostly we'll ask theory, one theory question and one problem. Okay, so what is the meaning of decision making? We know decision making means what? We have to take a decision. Okay, so we'll be having many alternatives. From that we have to select any one option. That's called decision making. So in a company there are many alternatives are there. From that we have to choose a best alternative, that is called decision making. We'll see what is the definition decision making. Okay, now decision making is all about choosing an among alternative course of action. So we'll have many options, many alternatives. From that we have to take any one product. Okay, take example, we have two pens, one this color pen and this one color pen. So we have to make a decision. We have two alternatives. From this we have to choose any one. Okay, so that's called decision making. Okay, so like that we call decision making. So in company there are many alternatives they will have. From that one alternative they have to choose a one alternative, okay, which is best for the company based on qualitative and quantitative and qualitative factors. So two factors is there, one is quality factor, one is quantitative factor. Okay, quality means what is the quality of the pen? Okay, so quality, we are talking about features of the pen, quality of the pen. Okay, next quantity means what? See, one pen, two pen, three pen, four pen, it's called quantity. So the decision will be taken in a company based on quality of pen. This is a, see, when you see the both pens, which is a quality, which is a good pen, which is have good quality, this pen has a good quality. Okay, this quality. And we say quantity wise, quantity means what? One pen, two pen, three pen, four pen, like that quantity we are talking about. Okay, so decision making is about choosing from alternative course of action. So we are having many alternatives. From that we have to choose any one. Okay, based on the qualitative as well as quantitative factors. So we have two factors, one is quantitative, other is qualitative factors. So in this chapter we will focus on quantitative factors. We are not focusing on quality, we are concentrating on quantity. So quantity means numbers, how many, 1 2 3 4, like that. Okay, next, students must note that decision making is not only simply based on the concept of variable and fixed cost. So I have explained to you in a budgeting chapter what is variable cost and fixed cost. Variable cost means we know materials, labor, and direct variable overheads. Okay, so variable cost is a cost which will change, okay, when the output increases or decreases. But fixed cost is a cost which will not change when the output is increases or decreases. This we have seen in the chapter called flexible budget. Next, decision making involves evaluation of alternatives. So simply we cannot take decision based on variable cost and fixed cost, but in the amount including and in what involves more means from the alternatives we have to choose the best one. The concept of fixed and variable costs play a very important role in the evaluation of alternatives. So we are having again two costs, one is fixed cost, one is variable cost, and in this we have to choose the best one. Okay, however we need to understand a few more concepts of cost. So we have more concepts of cost that we'll discuss here. So first we are having differential cost. So what is the meaning of differential? Okay, now see examples, with example he explained here. When two alternatives are being evaluated, we have two alternatives, one alternative two. So from these two we have to choose any one, that is called evaluated. The difference is cost incurred in respect of the two alternatives is called differential cost. So how much cost is incurred on this, the difference of the two on this two quantity, on the two products, what expenditure is incurred. Okay, so that if two alternatives cost incurred is called differential cost. Okay, next, for example, the example is given, if the decision to be made is to buy a small car or a big car. So we have two alternatives now. I don't know which car I have to buy. I have to buy either a small car or a big car. I don't know. Okay, I don't know which car I have to buy, small car or a big car. I have to make a decision. Next, what I have to consider, the mileage of the car and the monthly final bill is the differential cost. So on these cars, what is the incurred expenditure on this monthly garage park? So we have to park this car. Okay, sorry, monthly bill, how much how much money we are incurring expenditure on the car, that we have to consider. And mileage of the car means how much mileage, if 1 kilometer if I put in a car 1 liter petrol, how many kilometers it will run, that is called mileage of the car. Okay, so we have to consider two things now. So how much I have to incur expenditure monthly, and what will be the mileage of the car. This is very important. Okay, next is a differential cost. Irrespective of the car purchased, we need a garage to park it. So either you purchase small car or big car, you need a garage to park the car. And the rent of the garage does not change irrespective of the car bought. You buy a small car, you buy a big car, you have to pay the rent of the garage. Garage rent is not differential cost. It is not a differential cost, garage rent. Okay, what is differential cost that we'll see? Often differential cost is considered as identical to variable cost. Differential cost is like variable cost, okay, which will change. This is not true. Again, it is saying this is not true. While variable costs differ with the number of units. Okay, obviously, whenever the number of units increase, differential cost or variable cost increase or decrease. Some of the fixed cost may also vary. Some of the fixed cost will also increase, right? In our earlier example, if a big car is so big that it requires a bigger garage. Okay, so when a car is big, we have to look for a big garage. If the car is small, we can park in a small garage. Big garage means more rent. Small garage means less rent. Okay, that is we are talking about here the differential cost. Okay, next, sunk cost. In simple terms, sunk cost have already been incurred and no amount can be recovered on the front. Means what? If any expenditure is incurred, okay, if any money expenditure is incurred, we will not get any benefit from that. If I incurred expenditure, from that I will not get any benefit. Okay, now what he says here, see. Next, irrespective of the decision made, for example, if a factory premises has been taken on rent by paying 6 months of rent in advance, which is not refundable. Okay, so what is the meaning of sunk cost? Means if you have done expenditure once, okay, that will not be taken back again, that will not be given back. Example, when you pay college fees, okay, that is not non-refundable, means they will not give you back. Even you continue admission, see, if I have taken an admission in a college, I don't want to continue, I had paid some fees, I want the fees refund, the college will not give. Okay, that cost is called sunk cost. Okay, next, shutdown cost. Shutdown costs are costs that will continue to be incurred even if a temporary closure or shutdown of the company production facilities. So what will happen? The company, due to some reasons, they will shut down. Due to the reason, they will close the business, their production facility, even though they have to incur some expenditure. That is called shutdown cost. Shutdown cost means they are stopping the production. The company is stopping the production due to some reasons, temporary reasons. So even though they have to incur some expenditure, that expenditure will be called as shutdown cost. So we have seen differential cost, we have seen sunk cost, we have seen shutdown cost. This is very important. This will be asked in exam. Okay, they will ask you write about decision making and what are the different cost of different costs he will ask. Okay, so you have to write differential cost 1, sunk cost 2, shutdown cost 2. Again, this will be asked for 5 marks again. Next cost is what? Avoidable cost. Avoidable cost means it is that cost that we can avoid. Okay, next, notional cost. It is only a namesake cost. Actually the money will not be paid as expenditure. That is only a book entry. Notional cost means book entry. Interest on capital, we give interest on capital. We write only on the book, right? Rent of owned premises. We see, I have a own building. In that building I am running my business. So will I pay rent to myself? No, I will not pay rent to myself. This is my own building and I am staying in that building. I am using the building as for business purpose. I cannot pay rent to myself. Okay, we can write in books of entry. Books will write accounts, building rent, but I will not pay to myself. That will be called as notional cost. Okay, next is opportunity cost. This is important. Opportunity cost is the value of benefit sacrificed in favor of an alternative course of action. The concept of notional cost is closely linked to the opportunity cost. For example, if a business owner owns a factory premises, the opportunity cost of doing the business from the factory premises is a rent. It would have been earned the premises had been let out to someone else. I'll explain you. This is very easy. Suppose I have a building. Suppose I have a building here, and this building I am doing a business. Okay, so I am using the entire building for my business. If I have not used this building for my business, I have given this building on let out purpose. Let us take example. 50,000 rent I would earn per month if I have given this building on rent. Okay, this building I am using for my business. If I am not using the business for this building for business purpose, I would have used this building for some other purpose, for let out purpose. Maybe I will earn some 10,000 rupees as rate of 50,000 as rent, we can say example. So that 50,000 will be called as opportunity cost. Okay, I am using the building for my business purpose. Okay, if I would not use the building for business purpose, I may have given the building on rent and I may receive 50,000 as rent. That 50,000 of rent will be called as opportunity cost. Easy. So these 6 types of cost will be asked in theory questions. A Pakka question he'll ask, and 5 marks also he'll ask. Any one will ask. He'll say differential cost, he'll say sunk cost, he'll say shutdown cost, or he will say avoidable cost, he will say notional cost or opportunity cost. Any cost he will say. So this is for your theory. What will ask in your exam for problem? See, this is important. Make or buy. This will be asked for problem, exam problem. It is very easy. Make or buy, we have to see. Make or buy means what? Either I should make this pen in my factory or should I buy this pen from outside. That's called make or buy. Okay, either I should buy this pen from outside or should I make this pen in my own factory. That's called make or buy. You have to take a decision. Either should I make this pen or I should buy this pen. Okay, we have options, right? At our home, if we do some small functions at home, what do? We have 2 options for food. Either we'll buy from restaurant, we go to restaurant and buy food, or we will make the food. Okay, we'll call some bawarchi and we'll get all the the required items to make the food, and we cook the food at our home. So we have 2 options, either to make food or to buy food. Okay, so like that in business also, either to make product or buy product, they have to take decision. Okay, that we'll see in next video. Make or buy problems we'll see.